Hi everyone, welcome back to part 3 of this week in Wrestling in Mom's Basement podcast. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right over here actually does smell what The Rock is cooking, Joe Venuto.
It's cooking poutine pie. Smelled it.
Yeah, alright.
This is our throwback pay-per-view reviews weekly. This Friday's pay-per-view reviews come up will be for SummerSlam 1996 and SummerSlam 2002. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the show, we'll reveal which ones we get for the Friday after SummerSlam, August 25th.
And on Friday, we'll be doing the SummerSlams we selected from last week.
1996 and 2002.
Yeah.
And I just said
sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
that's why it's fun to work with co-hosts.
Yes.
You get to mock them on there.
Yes. You get to publicly humiliate them.
I'll go first, since my pay-per-view was first.
Yes. Yeah.
This is Backlash 2004 review for the year 2004.
I think they got Backlash 2004 being the year of that Backlash pay-per-view in 2004.
Okay. There's a little small intro about the pay-per-view, then I'll get into it. Not sure how he did his. This is mine. I don't remember stuff.
For SummerSlam I did, Takeover not as much.
Okay.
Since it was a bit more recent, I think people...
2 years, yeah. It's on not even 2 years yet, yeah. Okay. So sorry if I look at the camera, because everything's on my laptop. Mm-hmm. And Pat offers a nice lap for my laptop.
It's mostly in his lap, actually.
I
think if I move my leg, it won't make not much of a difference.
I'll throw it. A lot of years Backlash tends to outshine WrestleMania. But in 2004, we'll end up having a tough time, because WrestleMania 20 is widely considered to be one of the better editions. I know it's one of my favorites all the time. At that show, that's the one where Chris Benoit became the World Heavyweight Champion. And this show, Backlash 2004, is actually held in his hometown of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is pretty awesome. The mayor of Edmonton even declared today Chris Benoit Day.
Which is weird to say now.
Yeah, needless to say, that's not stuff you'll hear again.
Yeah. Only 3 years later, that would be weird to hear now.
And the last though, this was just a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. An opening match was Ric Flair versus Shelton Measuring. In the recent draft at that point, Shelton had come over to Raw and pinned Triple H, leading him into an interesting feud with Evolution at the time. The match was a fun little opener. Shelton stayed red hot for, I want to say, over a year at that point. That was the best run of his career with Shelton. Ric Flair wasn't in top form here, but in his post-study run, like he wasn't always in the best shape. But he did still pull out good matches, and then he had some epic matches too. And
it's Ric Flair. Even if he's in something bad, it's still good. It's still worth watching.
Yeah, but overall this was still good and flew by. Overall, I gave a match to C+.
Actually, yeah, see most of WCW at the end, and Ric Flair.
Then that was a backstage segment with Tom Grisham. He just remembered Randy Orton backstage and all that. Speaking of ESPN anchors, next match, John McCosher versus Tajiri. You know what? That match could have been much worse. It was clear the coach put in some time to try and make that entertaining, and it kind of was. And Tajiri's always fun to watch. Overall, I give that match a D+. It's not like a full passing grade, but it's not like it was terrible enough to warrant F. Up next, it was a handicap match. Trish Stratus versus Chris Jericho. Trish and Jericho had their little love story going on. That was ruined when she found out they started talking to her because of a bet with Christian. Yeah. It was a really fun handicap match. Chris and Trish were both phenomenal in their heel roles, and Jericho's always amazing.
Yes.
They utilized the three-person game well, and there's never a dull moment. Entertaining throughout. One of my personal favorite handicap matches. I gave it an A-. Then we went backstage. Yuji's looking for the Blaze debuts as he accidentally strolls into the locker room. And he runs into Gil Kim, who screams because she's in her underwear. And she looked mighty fine. And then he screams because she's screaming. And then Molly comes up while she's bald. And everyone starts screaming. Molly was screaming at Yuji being in a woman's locker room. Gil screaming at both of them because Molly just came out bold. And Eugene screaming at Molly being bold because Gil screaming. It was funny if you couldn't tell. Next match was on top of the WWE Women's Championship, Victoria versus Leah. And if I'm correct, I believe this Leah just returned from neck surgery. And that kept her out of action for about a year here. They could film in she got injured.
Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, thank you. I was going to say Buffy. The crowd wasn't into it as I had hoped, considering it wasn't a match, but I did really like it. This was back when the Divas had credibility, and they showed out everything was crisp and smooth, and even the finish was watched to keep both looking good, to keep both girls strong. There was Leah attempted her DDT, but was blocked, and Victoria just used an inside cradle to win. Overall, I gave them their match should be minus. And in that match, Molly Holly and now fully clothed Gil Kim. I know, damn it. Brought it out and took out both Victoria and Leah. Up next is the WWE Intercontinental Championship hardcore match between Randy Orton and Mick Foley. I believe it was kept distracted at that point. I put Mick Foley. The build-up for this was phenomenal, and Evolution was barred from ringside. I did, though, one of the matches where I did say holy crap because I forgot how brutal that match was.
Yeah.
This is the match you could easily point to that identified Randy as a legitimate star.
Yeah.
Foley did exactly what a return veteran should do. He came in and put over Orton in the best possible way and got a fantastic match out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The most violent IC title match ever. And the best match for me in Orton's career to this date so far.
Yeah. I think I remember an interview where he actually said he agreed with that statement.
Orton watches this.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that interview from 2 years ago. When we were only 5 weeks old.
I have brain freeze. I thought you meant from 5 weeks old. I was going to try to figure out. I don't think Orton was wrestled in 1991.
Yes,
5 weeks old, not us. We're 26.
Yeah.
A+. One of my favorite matches of all time.
I don't think I've seen the pay-per-view, but I've definitely seen that match, and that is up there.
By the way, you can chime in on the matches, yeah.
Yeah.
Most
of them, till this point, are really...
Or did you?
Yeah.
Except for that one?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really... I know what the main event is, but I can't really comment on that, because I actually didn't see it.
Oh, okay. After that, they promoted John Cena Deep Day. The reason I'm mentioning this is I want to know how the hell did he have one already? He literally just won his first singles title a month before at WrestleMania 20.
It was a World Life?
Yeah, that one. How the hell did he have one already? That's what I explained to me. Then backstage, Triple H told Randy Orton that he went from legend killer to legend, which is true at that point. Tom Grisham interviewed Chris Benoit, and Triple H was confident that he will win Chris Benoit today. After that was the Hurricane Rosie versus La Resistance. This was the cool down match after that insane title match. It was a basic TV match that was used as completely as filler. Eugene got involved with the match too. That was the Hurricane Rosie one that was distracted. La Resistance for the Sergeant Rosie win. The crowds were interested in Yuji's shenanigans in the actual match, but the match for being filler wasn't terrible. What was the worst match I rated, I believe. I gave it a D. The next match was Edge versus Kane. Edge had just returned from missing over a year of action at that point. I remember saying before, I never seen a bad Edge match, but this was probably his worst.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I can't fully blame him as he was rusty and being out for 13 or so months. The crowd was just dead for as well. Edge wins. I gave it a D though, because it wasn't terrible. It was probably the worst Edge match I've seen.
Yeah.
That at year was for the next SmackDown pay-per-view, which was Judgment Day 2004. That's not sure.
That was JBL and Cena, right?
A. JBL Guerrero.
Yeah, sorry, thinking year after.
Let's get them running right, yeah. Next match was the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship, Chris Benoit versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H. The crowd was absolutely on fire for Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit retained the World Heavyweight Championship. An absolute classic. It's different from the WrestleMania 20 match, but nearly just as good. Not as good, nearly.
So it's always hard for the second one to be better than the first.
Right, but this is the closest you're going to get. The Earl Hebner spot. There's an Earl Hebner spot where they tease that Benoit gets screwed by Shawn Michaels in the sharpshooter. At that point, that was genius because it wasn't ever played. But Benoit won when he caught Shawn's foot when he went for the switch in music and made Shawn tap to the sharpshooter. So it kind of, having Shawn tap out G, it kind of was perfect.
To the sharpshooter.
Yeah. They knew how to play this big crowd. They were successful in their execution. I gave the first one for an A+, so I gave this one an A. And I'm rating on stars. First one was 5 stars. This will be 4 3/4. There you go. Overall, I gave the match, the show itself a B. Thought it was very good. I want to rate the show higher because it featured an incredible main event. That is a top 5 triple threat match in history. Another classic in Mick Foley versus Randy Orton. The mixed handicap was fun and excellent, and Victoria took a lead in a Forgotten Divas match that was really good. Even Charlotte Flair was decent. The rest of the card was filler though, not bad filler, but filler. I do recommend the show because as a wrestling fan, you have to watch the Intercontinental and the World title matches. And I'm telling you, the handicap match, you won't be disappointed. And the Divas actually shot for our brand. So overall, give the show a B.
Okay, well, I guess it's my turn now. My show, again, is NXT Takeover London. It was the first time NXT was televised outside of the States.
Yeah,
especially for a takeover. I do have to compliment the crowd. It was a fantastic crowd. If you do remember the show, this is the exact show with the hey or hey. That chant went on for a while. I think it was also the beginning of the. I think the song's called Seven Nation Army to Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
It was also that. There's also chants for Baron Corbin calling him shit and you know you aren't. So this crowd was actually a very excellent crowd. It's very. They actually added a lot of energy in matches where there weren't necessarily some energy, and especially in one match I'm thinking of. But this crowd was actually fantastic and actually helped a long way in grading that, and actually helped me enjoy that. So the first match in the opener was Asuka versus Emma. This was Asuka's second takeover. It was her second big match. Her first one was Dana. I can't think of that takeover name. Respect. Alright. It was Takeover Respect, which actually wasn't that bad of a match. It ended with Dana getting kicked hard in the head, so you can't really ask much for a Dana Brooke match. However, this was actually remembering on that Dana Brooke match much better than that match, and much better than I actually thought it was beforehand. I think if anybody looks at Emma's talents, which to me are probably grossly underrated now, this was actually a fantastic match and actually really underrated for women's matches in NXT. I know they went back and forth with Dana on the outside trying to help Emma win, and quite a couple times almost getting the victory on Asuka, but Asuka ended up pulling the win out. I think it was by a kick. I think that
her spin kick?
Yeah, her spin wheel kick she does.
The Black Mass.
Yeah. I thought this match was fantastic. So I gave it actually an A.
Okay.
It was a great, I guess it was in the great introduction months of Asuka that actually showed off her talent. And I know before I've said that Ember is probably Asuka's best opponent. Emma actually might give her competition in that bracket. The next match was Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus The Revival. This was actually, I remember this is before I actually really started liking The Revival. That would be around Takeover Dallas, when they had their match against American Alpha. But however, this was actually an underrated match for them, and probably Enzo and Cass's best match ever. So, this is the match where they sort of tease like, oh, Enzo and Cass are going for their big moment. They can win the tag team titles. And they also had a great spot in the match where, I hate saying this, their tag team main move, but the Bada Boom Shakalaka off the top rope. And I believe it was Scott Dawson pulled Enzo off like at 2.5. Big Cass and Carmel were not looking at the ring, so they thought they won for a second, and their reactions were just priceless and added to it. And they also had a very cool ending with the Shatter Machine, grabbing Enzo off the rope, throwing him up, and catching him in that. I ended up giving this match a B. Again, it's probably the highest rated match I've ever put for Enzo and Cass. There's not really much you can say about this match. It was a decent match for The Revival, but not as good as the matches they would have going forward at Takeover. The next match was NXT Takeover. Sorry, reading the title. It was Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. I thought the more interesting parts of this match were the crowd chanting at Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin yelling at Apollo that he should go back to Ring of Honor.
Find note, Apollo's never been in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's actually never been in Ring of Honor. So I think Baron Corbin should learn his history. Or he doesn't care and thinks I'm an idiot, so. However, I thought this match, compared to the other ones on this night, was actually probably the most boring and slow paced. I only ended up giving this match a C-. Corbin won with the end of days at the end. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the standard that the rest of the show was, or actually other takeovers were either.
Never heard of Apollo match before.
Yeah.
Corbin at that point, I get it.
The next match is Nia Jax versus Bayley. Probably one of my favorite Nia matches until, weirdly enough, tonight. But we'll talk about that on Friday. So, yeah, there was the match where Bayley kept on getting her in the guillotine and wearing her down at the end of a 20-minute match where Bayley pretty much got destroyed. And Bailey ended up winning by holding in the guillotine a couple times and really holding it and pulling it in, and Nia actually ended up tapping. The first time she would actually end up tapping in her career. I don't remember if I said this before, but I'll say it again. I ended up giving this match a B. Now we get to the main event.
Which was originally my favorite match on this show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show since. But this was my favorite match on the show at the time.
Yeah. It was Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe for the NXT Championship. I thought this was actually a very good main event. I think it came close to being the match of the night.
It was your match of the night originally, right?
Yeah, originally when I reviewed this at the time when we were just doing it between us, this was actually my match of the night. However, things changed, and when I watched it actually last night, Asuka and Emma actually pulled ahead. However, this was a fantastic match, and absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying this match. Finn ended up winning with the coup de grace. However, it might not be the best of their series.
And they had one series that lasted from this to Takeover the end in June of 2016.
Yeah.
So you're talking about like a 6-7 month feud.
Yeah. It may not be the best of their series of matches, but I still ended up giving it an A- anyway. My overall for the show, I usually have a partiality to NXT shows where maybe not always the cumulative grades always add up to the overall grade. But I did give this an A-. Again, it's an NXT show. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Even in their recent downturn. Yeah, even in their recent drought.
Up until Takeover Chicago.
Yeah, they're still fantastic shows to watch.
Right.
So,
because Takeover Chicago is one of the best takeovers I've ever seen.
Again, to reiterate, Takeover London for me was an A-.
And now we'll pick our pay-per-views for the Friday, August 26th edition of the podcast.
I did pull the website up. This is not the match I selected. I just didn't pull it up.
All right.
So who goes first?
Well, I went first for the review now, so I'll go first this time.
All right.
You picked first, I said.
All right. Here we go.
All right. I'm going to travel to the UK with a unique one because I don't know this one, which I'm kind of glad about.
Yeah.
WWE Rebellion, one of the UK exclusives back in the day, UK 2002. Edge looks to capture the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar in a handicap match with Paul Heyman in Manchester, England. They're in my handicap matches.
All right. Well, here I go. I'm actually hoping for a WCW pay-per-view because it's been actually a very long time since I've watched one of those. So here goes nothing. Alright, fine. In your house, good friends, better enemies. The description for the show this website gives: in your house, good friends, better enemies features Shawn Michaels facing Diesel in a no-holds-barred match for the WWE title. I do remember that match, and I remember when I was a kid, I really, really liked this match.
By the way, these descriptions are straight from the WWE Network.
Yeah, alright.
Because if you click on the pay-per-view name itself, it tries to take you to the network. So...
I do end up with a shorter pay-per-view again.
Yeah, because in your house it's around 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, actually, this one's less than. It's an hour 41. So, Takeover would actually be longer.
Right. So, that's going to do it for this week's... Well, last Friday's edition of the podcast this week.
The 3-day late edition of last week's
number
podcast.
5.
Yes.
Yeah. WrestleMania edition number 5.
We could actually technically round up and be number 6.
Last Friday.
Yeah.
And that's all for this week. Well, Just like I'll keep updated on the week if there's any news on Ric Flair and all that. I have been posting news videos as of late because I see them for the stories, but in this case, hopefully it takes a turn for the better to report good news instead of fear for the worst.
Yeah. Again,
positive thoughts and prayers
to his family.
Yeah.
To him and his family.
And other than that, then we'll see you Friday night for the usual schedule. And SummerSlam 1996 and 2002 reviews.
Yep.
And then, like I said, we'll definitely be recorded from the hotel room.
Yes.
And if the things are not uploaded that Wednesday, once we get back into Philly from the trip, that Wednesday night and Thursday morning, everything will be uploaded to view on those days. So, I guess that's it, and we'll see you Friday.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. No awkward endings now.
Yes, there is, because we forgot our social media accounts.
Yeah, we forgot them in the last couple videos, actually.
Please get the point. Check the descriptions. The old social media is here.
The Juvenudo 215, Pat Young 215, Wrestling IMB
on Twitter,
and
Wrestling IMB, Instagram, Wrestling IMB.
Pat Young 215 Instagram, Joe Venuto 215 on Instagram.
I guess I'll be putting our Instagrams down in the descriptions down below. They're not in part 1 of this week's video. They'll be in part 2, 3, and 4 because the news is going to be separated into 2 parts. I can tell you that because we went over 33 minutes on the news video. So that's going to be in 2 parts. So part 2 for the news this week, and part 4 is going to be this video.
Do we have a tout?
No.
Should we get one?
It's not random.
But wasn't that on the Smack and Talk platform? No, I'm joking. I know.
If we reach 10 subscribers this week, we'll make a tail account.
If we possibly can. If it still exists.
Right.
Yeah. For some reason, MySpace is still up and running.
It is.
Yeah.
And maybe
it's owned by Justin Timberlake.
Oh, still?
Partially, I think.
And if we get a tail account, we'll reveal which one of us is the father.
Yes.
Alright, then. See you Friday.
He's the father of this baby.
Bye.
It's actually